17 races in the books and 17 left to go as we begin the second half of the Castrol GTX Cup Series season for season 23. And we're back where it all began, Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida for the Pepsi 400 as we're set for 24 laps of racing here today, the Mid-Season Classic here on the World Center of Speed. Let's get the start line for today's running of the event. On the pole, Johnny Gardner, car number 25. He'll be alongside number 43, Joshua Collard. Gardner won at Talladega. Collard won the season at Riverside. Pole speed at 193 miles an hour. Row 2 has number 5, Bill Parker, and number 21, Marcus Sachi. In the second row, third row, William Brock, number 4, and number 11, Emmanuel Hartnett. A good qualifying run for him. Going to the fourth row is Nathan Hudson in car 31, and number 30, it is Shane Lake alongside. Next row down has Brandon Parker, car 20. He was the outside pole sitter for the Daytona 500, if you remember. He'll be alongside Joshua Osborne, car number 99, the XM SKF Ford. He won the season at North Wilkesboro. Sixth row, Kev Sheeran, 36, and 97, Zach Winkle. Next row down has Nathan Orman in number 40, and 77, Paul Mennick is alongside. Next row down has Jordan Lopez in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and he'll be alongside number 60. It is Chris Dollerton in the Power Team Chevrolet. He won the season at Darlington and at Auto Club. Would like to get the win in his final Daytona start. Next, we're down to Zachary Fitzwater, number 66, and number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Lite Ford. He won a season at Michigan. Next, we're down has Kyle Mathewson, 24, two-time winner this season so far, and Dylan Poteet in number 22, the winner at Bristol. Then it's Ryan Brommer in 26 and 16, Julius Anderson. Next, we're down after that will be number 33, James Henry, and number 23, Adam Flickinger. Next we're down as Cat Batson, 28, and number 12, going for the Daytona sweep, Rob Evans. He also won the 600 at Charlotte this season. Next we're down has Jay Jefferson, number 1. He's on the outside of the row. Inside of him is actually Seth Cole, number 45. Next we're down as number 44, Mike Becker in the Hot Wheels Pontiac, and number 90, fresh off a third place run at Michigan, it is Quentin Moore. Next row down has Charles Sanford in 42 and Jessica Shelton, number 94. Both of them carry in-car cameras in today's event, along with Kyle Matthews. Those will be your 3 in-car cameras today. Matt Haas in 18 and 71. Alex Miller, who had a great run at Michigan the last race on the tour, is their next row down. Next row after that will be number 75, Jesse Turner, and number 88, Keith Batson. Next row down will be Mitchell Collins at number 10 and number 40 and number 55, Henry Sanford. And starting shotgun in the field will be Cole Deaver, number 3, the winner at Texas, and number 9, Sky Commons, is the last row down.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
And the air is electric at Daytona International Speedway as the thunder of 40 cars lined up here for this race here today, and somebody is not starting, looks like, here on the in this grid as the field rolls off on the pit road here. And I think it was Adam Flickinger in 23 that did not start. And it was the Winston Noble Ford of Adam Flickinger that did not start here on pit road. So Flickinger, who had high hopes actually after a good run in Happy Hour, was actually the fastest in Happy Hour, actually, matter of fact, though. And he unfortunately will not get to start the race. In-car cameras again today will be carried by Kyle Matthews, Jessica Shelton, and Charles Sanford here today in today's event. 2 of the top 5 starters have all won the season. Have only won the season here. That's our front row. Johnny Gardner won at Talladega the last time he was on a plate track, and Joshua Collard, who won the last time he was on a road course at Riverside a couple of races ago. And both these drivers looking for their second victories of the season here. Phil Parker, Marcus Sachi, and William Brock are looking for their first among some of the other drivers here. For Sachi, it would be his first ever win if he could pull it off, and this race has been known for first-time winners in this series. It seems like every time we go to the night track at Daytona, it seems like we always seem to get a first-time winner in this series, all the exception of Levi McIntyre, who won the 400 a couple seasons back. Field will come to the start-finish line as pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road as the green flag flies, and buggity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls. This being Cup physics, these cars do not get up to speed quite as quick as the CTS physics cars do. 177 miles an hour come off turn number 2 as they come down the backstretch. Speed increasing 185 miles an hour, 186, 187 going into turn number 3. Here comes Phil Parker to the low side of Johnny Gardner. Hendrick teammates to the low side. Not the best of friends, but they are teammates though. As they come to the start-finish line, Phil Parker leads the first lap of this race as they come to the start-finish line. First lap tallied at 173 miles per hour. There's the look at the pace car right there. And Flickinger still sitting on pit road. First lap tallied at 173.267 miles an hour. These cars qualified fast at 193 miles an hour, and we will have, and these cars very, very fast, I should say, here at Daytona, as they were also in the 500. William Brock tried to move to the low side, took a slight peek to the low side, but nothing doing right there. Phil Parker still out in front as they come off turn number 4. Hudson's in third. Fourth position right now belonging to Brandon Parker. And Kev Shearer trying to take fifth from Johnny Gardner with Nathan Orman right behind him in the 40 car. And somebody was actually scraping the water. It was Emmanuel Hartnett in number 11. And that scrambled the field up a little bit right there as they go into turn number 3. Turn number 1, excuse me. Charles Sanford, two of our drivers, they have the roof cam here today at Daytona as he's running behind Chris Dollerton in car number 60. And Sanford also has a rear bumper cam, and he's looking right at the front end of the 18 car of Matt Haas. Last lap for Sanford, 196.027 miles per hour. And there's a look from Kyle Matthews' in-car camera, or roof cam, right there behind the 43 of Joshua Collard. Cat Batson to the inside in 28. William Brock out in front right now, number 4, as you see Seth Cole to the low side gets past, as is the 77 of Paul Minnick. So it's William Brock out in front. Second right now is about to be Kev Shearer in 36 as he looks to the low side. Fitzwater's trying for third position as he's got Ryan Brommer and Marcus Sachi right behind as they come off turn number 2. 4 laps in the event so far, and they're averaging just over 100, almost 191 miles an hour. Here comes Kev Shearer to the low side, and he'll take the lead. And look at these laps already. Top 6 at over 200 miles per hour on a lap here at Daytona. So considering the pole speed was 193 miles an hour, we had our draft speed on a lot of cars 7 miles an hour faster than the pole speed. As you look at some of those cars in the backstretch here, Mitchell Collins hanging in the back, as is Quentin Moore. Alex Miller, who had a great run at Michigan, almost got a top 10 in that event right there. He finished 11th in that race, but still the best run of 71 cars had in a long time. As he looks underneath the Michigan winner, Dylan Young, in the number 2 machine as they come off turn number 4. Up ahead of him, Julius Anderson in 16, Rob Evans in the 12, who won the Daytona 500 as well as the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte this season. He's looking for the Daytona sweep. And to my knowledge, it's never happened in this series, a driver sweeps Daytona. To my knowledge, it's never happened before, and it may happen possibly today. Or tonight, we'll find out as this race goes along. But Rob Evans right now is on the inside lane. He's making some headway right now. Gets past Jesse Turner, Chris Dollerton, and the 18 of Matt Haas. And up ahead of them are the 30 of Shane Lake and the 24 of Kyle Matthews. And meantime, new leader up front there, Zachary Fitzwater in car 66 jumps to the lead. Kev Shear to second position, and now Joshua Osborne in number 99. And then he's up to third position. Osborne would love to get a win at Daytona for sure. He's one of the veterans who's never won the Daytona 500. He's never won the 400 neither, so he's never won here at Daytona, obviously. But like I said, he would like to change all that tonight himself as a man who won at North Wilkesboro this season, the first June 400. One of the short tracks on the tour, and the next race on the tour will actually be on a 1 mile track at New Hampshire National Speedway. That's next on the tour for the Bass Pro Shops 300 up in the Granite State, as they call New Hampshire, aka also the home of somewhat of Austin LaPlante. Off turn number 2 they come here. Osborne stays second. Third is Cat Batson. Then it's Kev Shear up to fourth position. Now Batson and Osborne goes to the inside. And Batson says, screw it, I'm going to go for the lead, make it 3 wide, and she will. Shear had thoughts of going with Batson, but it was a bit too late as Brommer moved him up the track. And now they're side by side, and poor old Fitzwater has got nobody to help him up in the high side. And it's going to be Cat Batson to the lead. Here comes Brommer to the low side for the lead, and he's across the start-finish line. Batson led the last time by. Cat Batson, that is, in 28. Usually it would be, I was going to be saying Keith in the 28, but he's got the 88 this season. And here we got some new players here. Zach Winkle in 97, 44, Mike Becker, Paul Minnick in 77, and 42, Charles Sanford. And Sanford in the middle of the racetrack here, number 42. Looks to the low side right now as he gets by Becker in 44. Tries to get by Becker in 44. Look how fast they go, 199 miles an hour in the draft going into turn number 1. Sanford, not the best season he's having so far. He's currently 15th in the standings right now. Usually you see him up in the top 5 usually. Season ain't over yet though. As we said, we're just halfway home this season. And here comes Paul Minnick looking for the lead, number 40 and number 77. He's got it through turns 3 and 4. 3 wide racing here as Marcus Sachi now moves into the picture now, and here comes Jessica Shelton in 94. On board Jessica Shelton's car. You see that yellow light right there blinking on the tachometer right there. She is right there near the rev limiter range. Sanford trying to get a draft off, or Shelton trying to get a draft off Charles Sanford's car. Now Sachi cuts in front of her as they come through the turns 3 and 4 right now. 195 miles an hour, 194. Has to back off a bit now, down to 187 for Shelton. Looks to the low side of Sachi's car, gets up to the back bumper. That time by Shelton clocked in 6th position. Here comes Charles Sanford for the lead on Paul Minnick. 12 in the books and 12 to go here at Daytona. And any one of these 39 cars can potentially win this race here. As we said, don't pencil in your winner yet because it's not over until the checkered flag waves and the cars crossed it. So Sanford up in front now. Marcus Sachi goes to second position, or tries to go for second position. Shelton trying to keep in the draft off of him, right off of Sachi's car. Seth Cole's right behind Shelton in the he was clocked 6th last time by. Cole Deaver's up there, and Sky Commons in the 9 car. Sky having a pretty good run right now in that number 9 machine. He's one of those drivers that's not yet won in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Neither has Marcus Sachi for that fact, too. Zach Winkle has, as is Paul Minnick, and Ryan Brommer's never won this series. Hartnett's won the series before. Henry Sanford's another driver's not yet won, and here comes Shelton 3 wide for the lead, and she's got it through turns 3 and 4. And her and Sachi are side by side, and Shelton's gonna take the lead here, and get ready for 10 laps to go. As we said, anything can happen in those 10 laps. This race is not over by a long shot here at Daytona. Seth Cole to second position. Here comes Sanford back to the inside lane after getting shuffled back briefly. James Henry and Sky Commons right there behind. Commons actually had a couple of good runs this season, including one, I think, at Atlanta where he was actually up in contention. Almost won the race, as a matter of fact, too. Except the one leading the race, actually, Shelton got it back around with about 8 or 9 laps to go, something like that, and held on to take the win over Kyle Matthews as they come up in that event. That was one of her 2 wins this season, all along also with the win on the road course at Sonoma. Sachi trying to take 4th position away. Here comes Sky Commons. Henry Sanford's up there, Charles's little brother. And here comes James Henry, 33, as he takes the Skull Bandit colors up to the second position now. That was the 1999 Ken Schrader colors right there. Of course, anytime you think of 33, you think of Harry Gant a lot of times. He's hooked behind Shelton right now, with now 8 laps to go. Chris Thornton to the low side. Car number 60 as he begins to roll to the low side. Jay Jefferson up there in the 1 car, 30 of Shane Lake, as well as the 90 of Quentin Moore and the 88 of Keith Batson. Three wide right there. Moore makes a daring move to the low side of Winkle and Minnick as they come through the 3rd and 4th turns now. And Henry Sanford's now hung up to the high side and appears maybe to be out of the picture for the moment. That time by completes that number 17. We have 7 to go. This race 6 laps less than the Daytona 500, so obviously with this time we will not see pit stops at Daytona like we did in the 500. Which is pretty much determine the outcome of that race, which pretty much kind of messed with the outcome of that race. And now here they come, 3 wide, or 2 wide, I should say. Sky as Marcus Sachi brings the Sitco forward to the second position. Now here comes Dollarton for 3rd, and here comes Jefferson, Lake, Moore, and Batson and Miller in the 71, as well as Dylan Young in the 2. And my Fraps is jumping all over the place. James Henry to 3rd position, Dollarton to 4th, and Jefferson out to the 5th position as they come off turn number 2. Does Shelton hold on and finally get her first plate win? About to find out here, because here comes Dollarton, 3 wide for 2nd. And he's got it. Jefferson's right there behind, as well as Shane Lake. Through the 3rd and 4th turns they come. Jefferson to second place now as they come off turn number 2. Shane Lake is up there. Dalton hung up to the high side now as they come off the backstretch. And here comes Jay Jefferson for the lead on Shelton. 5 to go, 4 to go, and it comes to stripe. Jay Jefferson in the top spot. Here comes Shane Lake in car number 30 to the low side. The Jimmy Dean Sausages Pontiac. Shane Lake's another one that's never won in this series before. Can he possibly pull it off? Quentin Moore has not won in a long time in this series. He's not won. I'm trying to think how long it's been since Quentin Moore last won. And Keith Batson looking for his first victory of the season. Here comes Quentin Moore to the... And actually, that's Shane Lake to the low side, number 30. Shane Lake looking for the lead. Keith Batson right there behind. Through turns 3 and 4 they come here. Batson looking low on Shane Lake. They're coming now down for 3 laps to go. And here comes Batson, 3 wide. 3 wide for Keith Batson as they come through turns number 1 and 2. Batson, I would imagine he's going to want to do some heavy duty blocking to try to keep this wild bunch right behind him. Here comes number 71, Alex Miller for the second position, and he's got it. Apologize for my perhaps jumping all over the place in this choppy video somewhat. 2 laps to go at Daytona. Keith Batson, car 88. Alex Miller, number 71. Dylan Young, he wants 2 in a row. He won at Michigan, the last race on the tour. Off the second turn they come here. Dylan Young to the low side. It'll be the white flag next time by. Or this time by, I should say. Young for second place, and he's got it. Off turn number 4 they come here. Keith Batson brings that blue quality care Ford to the here out in front. The white flag waves. 1 lap to go in the Pepsi 400. Will it be Keith Batson or will it be Dylan Young in victory lane at Daytona? Ford's having the top 3 spots at the moment here, maybe top 4 if Fitzwater can get up there. Backstretch now. What are they going to do? Dylan Young tucked to the back bumper. Here comes Young for the lead. Dylan Young, car number 2, the Miller Lite Ford out in front. And here comes Ryan Palmer. Can he pull up an upset? Off the 4 turn to come. Palmer to the low side. And Young as they come to the start-finish line. Palmer to the low side. He moves Young up the track to the line. It is Dylan Young winning the Pepsi 400. Ryan Palmer moved Young up the track and almost made it work. Unbelievable finish to the Pepsi 400, but Dylan Young gets his first ever Daytona victory in the Castrol GTX Cup Series and his second win in a row, the first to go back-to-back this season, and makes it a Daytona sweep for the Penske clan. But, oh, what a finish that was. Average speed 196.22 miles per hour. As Dylan Young gets the win. Second will go to Ryan Brommer. Third to Keith Batson. Fourth will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Alex Miller with his first top 5 of the season, finishing 5th. Rob Evans 6th. Zach Winkle 7th. Jay Jefferson 8th. Kyle Matthews 9th. And 10th will go to Shane Lake. Here, average speed, look at the margin, 39 hundredths of a second, or 39 thousandths of a second, I should say, from first to second. And we're going to show you the finish of that race. I mean, we're going to show you how they came across the line. Young tried to go to the low side. He got moved to the track by Brommer. And I thought right there, Brommer might have enough momentum to try to get him at the line, but... And that was the margin at the line for Dylan Young. Yeah, there's what it looks like on the line. Dylan Young by about 3/4 of a car length wins the Pepsi 400 right there at the line. Wow, that's racing. But a tremendous finish here today. Dylan Young wins, as we mentioned before. Margin of victory 39,000 of a second. Got a feel for Keith Batson. I actually thought he had it won when he was about to enter turn 3 as the leader, but alas, it did not happen for him. As Young made the move at the right time in the third turn and made it stick. And then, as I said, he almost got passed back on the last lap by Brommer, and that was what a finish that was. Ford swept the top 4 in today's event here. 11th goes to Matt Haas, 12th to Jessica Shelton, 13th Henry Sanford, 14th Chris Darton, Joshua Collard, James Henry, excuse me, Quentin Moore, Phil Parker, Marcus Sachi, Seth Cole was the top 20, Joshua Osborne 21st, Sky Cummins, Charles Sanford, Kev Shearer, Dylan Pote, Emmanuel Hartnett, William Brock, Nathan Orman, the top 28, and Julius Anderson was was 29th. 30th will go to Nathan Hudson. 31st, Paul Minnick. Then Mitchell Collins, Jesse Turner, Jordan Lopez, Mike Becker, Cole Deaver. A bad run in 36th. A bad day for him. Brandon Parker, Kat Batson, and Johnny Gardner, who started from the pole, finishes 39th in today's event. Adam Flickinger, the only car out of the race with a piston failure on that machine. For all intents and purposes, it's actually an engine failure because the piston is part of the engine on that machine. But first he takes the win at Michigan, and now he takes a dramatic win at Daytona. Dylan Young, 2 wins in a row this season so far for him. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And be sure to check out the Coors Light, and be sure to check out the Duracell Cup Series, as well as the Budweiser All Pro Series and the Marvel Studios Cup Series, also for the NNSCRA. To keep up on the Marvel Studios Cup Series, subscribe to Thrashmania 99 for that series, by the way. And also be sure to check out his channel as well, because there's a lot of good stuff on it too. And also be sure to check out the man who runs the Budweiser All Pro Series. That's McKinley Man 93. And of course, not to mention this channel as well. And you will not regret checking it all out neither. So that will do it today at Daytona National Speedway. Congratulations again to Dylan Young, the winner of the Pepsi 400, and what was an exciting finish here today. And this is James Qualsman, production of the NNSCRA. Offline Racing at its best. We will see you on the Magic Mile at New Hampshire.